Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm doing it, it's autumn, I've got to embrace it, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just not one of those people who gets excited about autumn like other people do. Autumn is normally cold and grey and wet and the nights start earlier and I prefer summer. So I haven't really done a lot of autumn looks. I think I've only done one so far. So to kind of challenge myself, I decided I would use the Morphe 35B, which I've been using all summer because it's so full of bright colours, but to create something that would work for autumn, and this is what I came up with. So we've got this red smoky eye. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. If you like this video, then as always, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I've also today decided to try something a bit different, so this video is going to be narrated, so please do leave me a comment to let me know what you think of it. And yeah, if you want to see how I created this red smoky eye, then just keep watching. To start off with, I'm just combing my brow hairs into place, and then I'm priming my face with the MUA Pro Base Moisturising Primer. I need a nice moisturised base. Then I'm taking the P. Louise base in the shade 0.5 and using it to prime both my upper and lower eyelid and carving out my brow, and then just patting it into place and making sure it's nice and blended out. Now I'm going into the Morphe 35B and using the orange shade on a fluffy brush, I'm taking that through the crease and down on the lower lash line and creating a V shape all around my eye. Then I'm going into the yellow and I'm just blending out the edges of the orange, still following that shape all around the eye. Then I just went back into the orange quickly just to intensify it and bring it a bit higher up, and blended out the edges again with the yellow. For the next colour, I'm using the red, and this is going all over the lid and then blended out into the orange, and it's also going to go along the lower lash line, so all around the inside of the orange shape that we created. Then I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Gel Crayon Eyeliner in Super Copper and lining my lash line as well as my waterline, and then I'm just softening out the edges with a flat brush and bringing that out into a wing. Next up, I'm using another primer, which is the Nivea Men Sensitive Balm, and then going in with the Jouer foundation and the Dermacol foundation and mixing them together to create an extra full coverage mixture. And I'm blending all of that out using a Revolution sponge and going extra cakey. Then for concealer, I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer and the LA Girl White Concealer and mixing them in together and applying that in the usual areas on my face, and then just blending that out with the Revolution sponge again. Then I'm just baking with the RCMA powder and the flat edge of the Revolution sponge. And then just taking that fluffy brush we used for the orange at the beginning and the one for the yellow, just to blend out those edges and get that gradient again, and then blending out the powder and finishing the rest of my face. For brows, I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Artist Expert in 103 Warm Blonde, and I'm filling in my brows and getting them extra fluffy using the spoolie, and to set them in place just using the Max Factor Natural Brow Styler. Then I'm just taking a tiny bit of the P. Louise base again on a teeny tiny sponge, and I'm just dabbing that into the inner corner of my eye, then going in with the shimmery yellow shade from the Morphe 35B to really get that inner corner to pop, and then going in with my Inglot gel liner and creating quite a thick wing. Then going in with some mascara, I'm using the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, and for lashes the 601s from Ardell. Then I'm just contouring with my NYX HD blush in Taupe, again in all the usual areas, using a smaller brush for the lips and the nose. Then adding a nice peachy glow with the L'Oreal Life's Peach blush. For highlighter, I'm using the palest gold shade from the SFX Revolution palette. And for the lips, I'm using the Bourjois Rouge Edition Velvet Lipstick in Honeywood. and it's a really pretty colour, but it's quite a thin formula, so it does need layering. And just finishing that off with the Flawless Face Mist in Matte from Barry M. And that's the finished look. Oh wait, did you think this video was over? Okay, so for this second look, I've covered up half of my brows with glue and the Crayon TV paint stick. I've moisturised again with the MUA primer, and I'm going in with the same foundation mix as earlier, and that's just to act as a base for the colours we'll be adding over that. So now I'm going into the Revolution Pro palette. I'm mixing the orange and the yellow, and I'm going over most of my face with that. And then in with the red, and that's going on the contours of my face, so around the jaw, the forehead. I'm putting it on my ears, down the sides of my neck, and then as well as contouring my cheeks with it. Then I'm taking the yellow in the middle of my face where I've missed out any spots, as well as my jawline, trying to blend that out into the other colours, and down my neck again. And then into the white, and I'm using that on all my usual highlighting spots just to create more depth. To set everything in place, I'm going back into the Morphe palette, starting with the orange, and on a large fluffy brush just going over the areas where I've got the orange SFX paint. Then same with the red, just over those areas where we've used the red paint, intensifying that and really blending that all in together. Next is the yellow, and we're just doing the same thing here, going all those areas again. And then on an angled brush, taking the white and going over the areas where we used the white paint. Now onto the eyes, and again taking the orange from the Morphe 35B into the crease and taking it out past the eyebrow and upwards, and then deepening that with the red, which is going just underneath it, and blending the two shades in together. Then on the lid, taking the shimmery yellow shade, first on a flat brush, and again taking it out at that angle, winging it out. Then I decided just to go in with my finger to get some better pigmentation. And again, just blending them all in together. Then I'm going into the more burgundy shade with an angled brush and filling in my eyebrows. So I'm going with hair-like strokes at the front, and at the back I'm taking the brow upwards in a straight line. And then taking the black from the palette just to neaten that up and give us a bit more dimension. Then I'm just taking the red under the eyes and blending that in with the shades at the top, and contouring my nose as well as under my lips. Then I'm taking the shimmering yellow on that angled brush again and using it as a highlighter. And then to go the extra mile, I'm taking the darkest gold in the Soap palette, spraying my brush and highlighting in the usual places, including the centre of my forehead, then into that lighter gold, highlighting my brow bone, my nose, and going over those areas again. Then just intensifying that nose contour again, making sure it's really nice and sharp, and going in with yet more highlighter to give myself a demonic glow. Then I'm going in with my eyeliner again, starting off with a similar long wing as before. Then extending the line below the inner corner and leaving a gap, and then filling in the lash line and waterline. And then adding another line on the inner corner extended from the main liner. Then going in with mascara again, as well as lashes, and these are the Kiss Lash Couture and the style is Splendor. And for my lips, going in with the Lime Crime Metallic Velveteen Liquid Lipstick in Red Hot. Now for the fun part, I'm taking some Prosade from Crayon and sticking on these cute leaves that I bought from Amazon. and just adding a couple to my face as well. I've added my wig and crown on, and now I'm just taking the Revolution Pro SFX Fake Blood and using a cotton bud, just adding that at the corners of my mouth and my eyes. And that's it, those are the two finished looks. That's it for today's video, guys. This is definitely out of my comfort zone. My god, this is definitely not anything I've tried before, but it was lots and lots of fun. I got to experiment with some new products, so that was lots of fun, and I got to get a bit crafty. You can't really see it properly, but you will be able to see it if you go over to my Instagram. As always, if you like this video, then do give it a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on my next video. And if you want to say hello to me on social media, that's all AuroreBlogs, and it will all be linked down below in the description box. And I will see you all on the next video. Bye guys!